is tradition before kickoff at Allegiant Stadium, just off the Strip in Las Vegas. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Las Vegas Raiders. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson, glad you were with us, and Daniel Carlson here to get things started. Off we go from Vegas. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
You hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. That's the way to get started, a pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
And his run game certainly didn't waste any time getting settled in. Nice job by the offensive line, displacing defenders at the point of attack, and allows the back to pick up a nice chunk to get this game rolling.
They'll go back to forward on first down. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work there for a gain of 3.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Now a handoff to Ford. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Cleveland.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they're going to be set up right around the 10-yard line. A gain of 26. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Ford. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
From the gun, it's Shedeur.
Sanders pass. Complete to 72. A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
So can the defense come up with the early stop here on 3rd and goal? From the gun, it's Sanders. Cleveland. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Extra point try forthcoming. It's up and through. And the Browns will take a 7-0 lead.
Raiders, nothing.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return is Dylan Laube. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Raiders come out, and Greg, they make a change at quarterback in the offseason. It is now year 13 for Geno Smith, but year 1 in silver and black.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to...
Oh, they got him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Browns say they have it, and they do. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big play, forcing the fumble as they get their offense right back on the field. Coming up, Greg, with a big turnover.
Taking the ball away, Mike, has really become an art form in the NFL. Some teams are good at it, some teams not so much. But in this case, great job by the defense taking that one away.
The Browns offense ready to see the football for the second time. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. They'll run a toss play, and it's full. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him, take him down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And with nothing open downfield, he tries to find something underneath. But give credit to this secondary, Mike. I mean, they had everything covered up, and this one ends up just falling incomplete.
It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Browns.
All week we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket. Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the Browns move out on top, 14-0.
Raiders nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return, it is Zamir White. We'll get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They're in an early hole, 14-0. Gotta start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. First running back taken in April's draft, it's Ashton Gentile. And he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lockett headed in motion. On 2nd down, Smith. That's into the hands of the rookie, Dante Thornton. Down the sideline. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 79 yards. Touchdown, Vegas.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Raiders are on the board. It's now 14-7.
Raiders 7.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Now, Shedeur. This is brought in downfield by Judy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
A 28-yard gain. And the Browns 1st down.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Up the middle, here's Ford. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A pickup of 14 on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 25, it's 2nd and 5. Again, it's 4. We'll get this inside the 20, a nice run. They're in the red zone. It's 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
They'll run once more with 4th. And strong running in deep. Inside the 10-yard line, a gain of 9 on the carry.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up, I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Now it's Sanders. And he'll take it on in. David Njoku. Touchdown, Cleveland. And make it 3 in the 1st. He has thrown 3 first-quarter touchdowns. An incredible start to this one.
It really is incredible, Mike, and I'm not sure really what word there is better to describe it. This is just truly a special performance we're seeing today. And I'll tell you what, I'm excited what the next 3 quarters have in store.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. The kick is good. And the Browns will take a 21-7 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get back to work. They'll start on the ground with Gentry. Oh, the ball's out. The Browns say they have it, and they do.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Browns offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28. They'll go play action. It's Smith. He's going to look deep here, looking for Lockett. And this will be incomplete. He was seeking the veteran Tyler Lockett there. And it's going to be third down.
I think when that ball left his hand, he had visions of a big play, and then that big play almost got flipped on its head, because I think he's lucky that that ball didn't end up going back the other direction, because that defender got both hands on it but just couldn't come down with the pick.
Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Jensen. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain, and that'll set up fourth down.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. And he's off to a fast start throwing the football. Pretty good numbers already just in this first quarter of play. They go play action now with Sanders. That's hard. And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. It is a big play for the Browns. 45 yards.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Well, he certainly didn't look like a rookie on that long completion, Mike. Not only his ability to scan the field and find his favorable matchup, but he was able to hit his downfield target in the perfect spot that led to that big gain.
A give to Ford on the zone read. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
Now, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Sanders will throw it. He'll step up and run, and he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up third down.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. On the handoff, Ford. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal.
Typically in a third down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll give it, and it's Ford. A short kick, down to the 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw is Sanders. To the goal line and in. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Browns. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. So what a start. You don't always get 3 possessions in the first quarter, let alone 3 TD passes in the opening frame. An extra point attempt to follow. He's got it. And the Browns are able to extend their first quarter lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return, it is Zamir White. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. He'll locate Thornton over the middle. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
To throw, Smith. That's into the hands of Thornton. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
10 yards on
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end Bowers. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
That's good.
That pickup good for 29 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
We are through 1. It's the Browns with the advantage. And we're back in Vegas after this. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football as they've got it with 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Genty. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
1st and 10.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
Gino now on 1st and 10. He gets this one to Tucker. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Browns' 4-yard line.
Now this looks like a design run. And this one ruined quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line.
Trying to catch the defense off guard with this designed quarterback run. Doesn't go down for a sack, but either way, defense was ready for it, able to bring the quarterback down for a loss.
From the gun, it's Gino. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
On 4th down, on comes Daniel Carlson for the Raiders field goal.
A 26-yard
This
attempt.
about as short as you can get. Carlson's kick is good. And the Raiders cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Back out is Carlson following the made field goal. And he sends this kickoff away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. Open this drive on the ground with 4. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. It was Jeremy Chin that time up to make the stop.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 8. They bring Judy in motion. Play action. It's over on him in a flash, and he lost the football. One of the Raiders has got it. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop him with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circuits. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
Carlson now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders are able to cut the deficit. It's now 28-17.
Raiders 17.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Browns offense and Jerome Ford getting set to take over once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by 4. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Devin White, that time on the stop.
It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6 now from the 26. They'll run with 4. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
This is pretty impressive from the big guy in the middle, Mike. I mean, typically we see these guys make most of their plays on the interior of the defense. They're big bodies, they're run stuffers. But look at the athleticism here as he's able to get outside the numbers and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Sanders. He's going to let this one go deep to the 20. And he's going to take this one all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Cleveland. So the numbers starting to pile up here early. We haven't reached halftime, and he's already thrown 4 touchdown passes. The kicking team off for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Browns add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return, it is Zamir White. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. Lockett headed in motion. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
That one intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a first down. Here's Sanders to throw. Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 12-yard line.
Now, Sanders. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. At Adam Butler getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's third down.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Misconnect trying to get it to Quinshon Judkins out of the backfield. And now it's fourth down.
And he's lucky this one didn't go back the other way, Mike. He got away with just a bad decision, bad throw. And defensively, you get a chance to steal a possession for your offense. You got to capitalize and make those plays.
That one is good. And the Browns will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you had things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return, it is Zamir White. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense make their way out to take over once more. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Run right up the gut with Genty. And he'll catch nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
That's left side to Tucker. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's third and 7.
From the shotgun, Smith. Going for it all. And that is incomplete. Dante Thornton was the intended target. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on third down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of third down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
The Browns offense getting set to get back to work.
At their own 22-yard line.
So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A Pro Bowler 4 years running. That is Max Crosby. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Shedeur. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
Now Sanders on 3rd, and they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a second.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Back deep, it's Trey Tucker. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Raiders offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a 1st down. Run out of the gun for Genty. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. They have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
I got it.
Working out of the gun, Smith. That's to the right side and caught by Bauer. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Smith. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming up.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Browns offense headed back to take over once more. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Sanders. Quick throw, taken in, and he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the 1st half. That one picks up a 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. It's a great example why.
And it's a gain of 20 on the heels of another big play to begin this drive.
1st down. It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Browns.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth 1st half. We'll return to Las Vegas after this. 1st and 10. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they bring him down there, but it is inside the 10. It is going to be first and goal. It is a big play for the Browns. An even 40 yards.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it first and goal. They'll run it here, and here's Jenkins to the 5-yard line. Now timeout Vegas. That is their second. And they'll get together prior to this second down play. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete.
There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
On third and goal, Sanders. And that is incomplete. Says that Tillman was the intended target. And now they're faced with a 4th and goal.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in first and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense, settling for too many field goals.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Raiders offense about ready to take over once more. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Man in motion here is Tucker. On first down, here's Gino to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Carson Schlesinger.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback. Because this defense, they're on to him. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw him a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
He's closing in on 200 receiving yards for the game, and we haven't hit halftime yet. A definite storyline to follow closely. Maybe adds to it here as they embark on this next drive. From the 35, it's first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. He's got his tight end down the field. That's Njoku. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway, and now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession, and it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that first down.
And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with first and goal.
First and goal, Cleveland.
Judkins is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
Touchdown, Cleveland.
Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. They're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
Now, the extra point.
After.
His kick is good. And the Browns stretch things out even further.
Raiders 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Here's Gino. They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. This one's going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Miles Garrett gets him for a loss of 4. And that'll set up 3rd down.
What a first half for this pass rush, huh, Mike? I mean, they have just completely dominated this game. They are in complete control, and you have to imagine this offensive line, there's got to be some adjustments up front. They just cannot allow their quarterback to continue to be hit like this.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. One final throw before the break. On the move left. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he will be out of bounds. No time left on the clock. And that is the final action here in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. Two very different halftime speeches, I would assume, by those head coaches as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. To return, it is Zamir White. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The Raiders offense, Geno Smith, getting ready for their next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Smith. In trouble, and down he goes. Myles Garrett, he gets in to drop it. It's a loss of 8.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
A second down throw for Smith. That one caught by Tucker. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
3rd down.
Lockett headed in motion. Smith from the gun on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target. No catch. And now 4th down.
We had a chance to sit down with the defensive coaches the other day, and we asked them, give us a few key points for today's game. And the first thing out of their mouth, we're like, what was it? It was, we got to get off the field on 3rd down. Well, here we are in the second half, and they've done just that. Right now, this offense has no answers on 3rd down.
And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Browns offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Njoku, the tight end, is the one in motion. On play action, Shedeur. To his tight end, Njoku.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the 1st down.
From the 25, here's 2nd down and 9. Now Shedeur. That's into the hands of Judy on the right side. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage, or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
And that's going to be enough to move the chains. 1st down, past the 35. So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. On the zone read, here's Sanders to keep it. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins. And they will finally run him down. It is a big play for the Browns. 37 yards.
Look at the deep layers that they put into this defense. They're trying to say, hey, you don't get enough depth. We're going to throw this ball over your head. But once a defense takes that deep passing game away, look at this space between the running back when he gets the ball and the front line of defenders trying to chase him. That's what allows for this big pickup after the catch. Great play design.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 3. Again, it's Judkins. And they continue to be tough to stop. Chance to extend the lead even further as they are set up with 1st and goal.
That's another Browns first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time,
and he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's pinned. Touchdown, Cleveland. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Not going for 2, they'll kick the point after. It's up and good. And the Browns will add one more onto their big lead.
17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Genty. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Michigan man Mason Graham in there on the stop.
It's a pickup at 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. They'll go again with Genty. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Smith. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Like, This isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
The Raiders send their punt team out. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. Whoa! And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and the 1st down.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
And on 1st down, it's back to Judkins. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
On 2nd down, Sanders. This throw left is complete with Judy. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. A gain there of 27 yards.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They've got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another 1st down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And the Browns are going to be set up 1st and goal. Couldn't reach the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Browns, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Good blocking, and he's in. Dylan Sampson. Touchdown, Browns. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Point after, coming up here. He's got it. And the Browns add on to their already sizable lead.
Raiders, 17.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. He's to midfield. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
The Raiders take over.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike, when you've given up this many points, you're going to get quite the workload with your return units, and that's a really good effort right there. I mean, it's going to get lost anytime you have a one-sided game like this, but that's great determination on that run back.
The Raiders offense ready to take over once again. They're in tremendous starting field position after the kick return. They start with 1st and 10 up beyond midfield. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. Play action now. It's Gino. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. 13 yards on that pass play. Good for a Raider first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
A first down throw for Smith. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
He was covered by
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Trey Tucker. Touchdown, Vegas.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. It's up and through. And the Raiders will get just a bit closer.
Raiders 24.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the 3rd quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
19 yards. And the Browns first down. A gain of 19 yards. First down.
I have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box. But then you know what that does. It opens you up down the field to that passing game.
Now Shedeur on first down. Oh, a loose football. And the Raiders have come up with it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead now with Genty. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. 17 yards on that play. 1st down, Vegas.
Really nice job by the interior of this offensive line. It typically just takes one guy to distort the defense to give the back enough room to operate, and that's exactly what they did here, and it led to a big gain.
On 1st down is Smith. The ball comes out. And one of the Raiders able to get back in there and secure possession so they keep the ball.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
On 2nd down, Smith. That's caught by Tyler Lockett. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
It's a gain of 27
Give them
yards.
27, and it's 1st and goal.
1st down. 1st and goal at the...
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Smith going to keep this himself. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football, and it's out. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa. Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD. Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders cut into the lead a little bit.
62. Raiders 31.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10.
The Browns offense and Shedeur Sanders getting set for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. On the give, receive, it's Judkins. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On second down here, Sanders. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Max Crosby in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's third down.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
Now Sanders on third and long. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
The Browns getting their punting team out there. And he's on to punt for just the second time in this game. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Gino. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
2nd and 10. Back to the air, it's Smith. Short throw, that's pulled in by Nair. Was brought down, and pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. From the shotgun, it's Smith. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And he is going to have a Raiders 1st down as they pick up a big chunk of yards to boot. That's a gain of 18.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
That's out quickly, and it is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's pretty well read there defensively. Anytime you throw these quick passes to the wide receivers, you're looking to pick your gain up after the catch. So let's give credit to the defense. Rally and tackle in space and keep that to a pretty modest game.
Working out of the gun, Smith. That's a short one. Caught by Bowers. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the 1st down.
That's a gain of 6.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Gonna depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense, just unable to get anything going on the ground, and a big reason they find themselves trailing, and another loss of yards.
The offense is staying right there. They're going for it. 4th and a couple. Man in motion here is Tucker. They'll try it now with Genty. And he's going to have the Raiders first down. It'll wind up a gain of 5 on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
Off the play fake. Smith. He's got the tight end there. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
And this completion certainly won't be changing the outcome of the game by any means, but I do think there is something to be said for teams that continue to fight. They continue to try to at least finish this game and have something to build off of going into next week.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, Smith. Lockett on the slant. He's got it. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing is Smith. Got a man. It's Lockett. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it. An injured player on the field. That is Myles Garrett being tended to. They cannot lose him. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Smith to throw. That is caught, and he's in. Tyler Lockett, touchdown Las Vegas.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Raiders are able to edge a bit closer.
62. Raiders 38.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. A run, and here comes Judkins. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and
9. A give now to Judkins on his own read. And, oh, they smack him down there. Big hit right at the line. No gain.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss. Well, maybe he's counting a little bit, Mike, on this defense being in pass mode, and maybe you can catch him off guard with the run call. In this case, the defense was ready for all of it. They hold them to no gain. They're going to have to bring out the punt team.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. Fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. They go play it, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Just simply more of the same, and you're just not going to have a lot of success, Mike, when you're constantly starting drives with 2nd and long, 3rd and long. It's just not a good way to play offense in the NFL, and here we go again.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Smith now. There's Lockett for the catch. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
3rd and 5. Gino to throw. Once again, right back to Lockett. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
It came up a little bit short there on 3rd down, but I think the reality is, Mike, they've been in 4th down territory for a while now. You find yourself down multiple scores. You cannot afford to waste any of these possessions.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Oh, the ball's out. And it will be recovered by the offense, but ultimately doesn't matter because this is going to be a turnover on down.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey, guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
Up the middle goes Judkins here. And a good show of force there. He gets 4 tough yards out of that one.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They run it once more with Judkins. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up third down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Here's 3rd and 2. We'll try and run for the first with Judkins. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
The offense staying out there for this 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Judkins. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
This is a little bit of a tough spot for a play caller, Mike. 4th down, is it close enough that I can run the ball? Is it far enough that I have to risk a pass? That took some courage to call a run play, and fortunate for them, they're able to celebrate after.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. Here's 2nd and 9. So it's a win for the visiting Cleveland Browns. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big first quarter lead, did not look back as they cruise in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.